individual of remarkable achievements, but a true advocate for a transformative potential of education. Her quest to success began at the Consolacion College, Manila High School Department, where she graduated as class valedictorian for batch 1988. Her intellectual prowess continued to shine as she earned a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and Accounting from the University of the Philippines, Diliman, where she graduated cum laude. In May 1994, she placed 7th on the Certified Public Accountant Board examination, demonstrating his proficiency and tenacity. Her dedication to ongoing learning and professional development is extremely exceptional. In 2023, she earned her Certified Management Accountant certification from the Institute of CMA, Australia. Her career path is equally prodigious. She is currently the Corporate Controller and Chief Compliance and Risk Officer at Universal Robina Corporation. She formerly held senior finance positions at well-known global firms such as Coca-Cola, Avon, and Nestle Philippines. In addition to her rigorous professional tasks, her love for learning is evident as she is currently pursuing a global master's in business administration at the University of Western Australia and a postgraduate diploma in business management at the Asian Institute of Management. But what truly sets our guest speaker apart is not just her impressive credentials, but her genuine desire to share her wisdom and insights with others. She has dedicated herself to empowering people and instilling in them the importance of embracing challenges as a stepping stone to success, and above all, a never ceasing to learn and grow. Let us draw inspiration from the notable journey of our guest speaker. May her words ignite the flames of passion and curiosity within us, reminding us that the pursuit of knowledge is not merely a means to an end, but a lifelong journey filled with endless possibilities. Without second thought, please join me in warmly welcoming our alumna, our very own Ms. Rhodora Torres Lau, CPA, CMA. Let us give her a resounding applause. Thank you.
College President Sister Emilia Cuarta, OSA. Vice President for Academics, Dr. Ronald M. Pastrana. Vice President for Finance and Administration, Sister Agarel B. Bisunya, OSA. Vice President for Research, Publication, Innovation, Technology, and Linkages, Dr. Christopher De Luna. College Register, Mr. Venancio and Santos Jr. Officer in charge of La Residencia and Food Court, Sister Linda L. Go, OSA. Family Council Representative, Ms. Abigail De Castro. LCCM Alumni Association Representative, Ms. Mercedita Santos Tuano. Integrated Basic Education Department Principal, Ms. Daisy G. Furio. To all the teachers and staff of the Consolacion College, Manila. To the proud parents, family members, and of course the beloved students, good afternoon to you all. 36 years ago, I stood on the same stage to deliver my high school valedictorian address. The secret is I actually wrote it the night before. It was a frenzy of emotions and adrenaline of a deadline. which I'm sure you all know and you have experienced. But somehow I managed to write a coherent speech for that day. I will be honest, I don't recall much of what I said that day, other than thanking all the people who were there to support a transferee to Consolacion College, Manila during her third year. Someone who started a new life here in Consolacion and absolutely loved it. Let me tell you a bit about myself. I grew up in Manila. My father spent decades of his life working in the Middle East as a car painter. My mother was a public school teacher. My mother insisted that her 3 children would get quality private school education through whatever means. We had a tight budget, and my nanny would think of all sorts of things to make ends meet. I remember helping her make tocino, longganisa, and all that other food stuff to sell to her co-teachers. We also sold t-shirts and dusters early Sunday mornings in Pasig Market. I learned how to sew dresses because my mother was a very good dressmaker. We scrimped and worked hard because the non-negotiable for my parents was education. Quality education at that. As a teacher herself, my nanay knew that education will be her best legacy to her children. This school, the Consolacion College, Manila, your teachers and your school administrators are your parents' partners in passing on this legacy. Okay, so today you will get your high school, senior high school diploma in your hands. Quality education, check, done, right? Achieved. Are you all ready to conquer the world, graduating students? Yes? Yes. Quite good, but not quite yet. Let me finish my speech first. Quality education is a good foundation. You may forget your calculus, unless you end up in NASA. Sorry, Mr. Moldov, sir. Dr. Moldov was my teacher in math. You may forget your history of civilization or your verses of Florante and Laura. But you should never forget the values inculcated by this Augustinian school. Let me take you to the things that I learned through my many years. And I will use LCC. So first, L is love. And this is also related to the Augustinian value of unitas. Unity not just with yourself, but with others. And what better way to be united than through love? They said, find what you love and do it. Well and good, but for most of us, or for many of us, this may not be plausible. I mean, I want to be a model, but I think I missed the boat on that one. What I say is, love what you do. Work hard, knowing that anything worth doing is worth doing well. With the fruits of your hard work, you can find and do all the other things that you love. But know that you have to work hard. You want to work hard for it, for the things and the people that you love. Love is passion. And my passion is learning. So even now, and I will reveal my age, I'm 52 years old. I still go to school. I just to get my MBA. My idol is Dr. Max Moldov. I think I want to be a doctor too. So have a passion for learning. And it doesn't have to be a formal one in school. Learn a new skill. I'm sure everyone's familiar with YouTube. Read a book. Find a mentor who will guide you. The important thing is to never stop learning. Love yourself. You are enough. You are God's creation. And I want graduating students, I want you to look at the person beside you and say, you are enough. Come on, humor me. You are enough. And then turn to the other side and say, you are God's creation. You are God's creation. And beginning today, when you wake up, every morning, tell yourself, I am enough. And yes, you have to be mayabang because you are God's creation. Know that you are here for a reason. Know your purpose. Even better, write it down. And read what you write regularly. A few years ago, I attended the Seven Habits workshop, and one of the activities was writing one's purpose. I wrote mine furiously. My pen was flying off the paper in 5 minutes. My heart poured its deepest contents, founded on the values I learned and retained. I wrote my purpose. To this day, I still have that document. And even years later, what I wrote there remains true. Know your purpose. Better yet, write it down. For our first C, LCC, the first C, charity or caritas. This embraces love of God and love of neighbor. Charity is normally associated with giving alms or donations. I think that definition is very limited. I have 2 daughters. When they were young, they would grow their hair. I'm sure a lot of you have very long hair, nice and pretty. One day they learned that you could actually donate your hair to children with cancer. And they happily went to the salon and had their hair cut. And they never looked more beautiful than that day when they gave their hearts to children who needed that hair. But mind you, I'm not asking you to cut your hair and donate them, right? So it was just an example of how we can give to others beyond material wealth. Speaking of wealth, you know we all have a very precious resource. Can anyone tell me what it is? What do we all have? Okay, let me tell you what it is. We all have time. Some have more, some have less, but we all have time. Spend your time well. Spend time to love yourself by resting, exercising, learning, traveling, doing the things that you love. Spend time to care for others. It is not just the poor who needs help, by the way. There are many rich, pampered people who are lacking in happiness. Volunteer to help others, your country, the environment. Show kindness to at least one person a day. Say a kind word. Years ago, I moved to a new job and I had a number of challenges. In one meeting, I was shouted out, I was shouted at, and humiliated in front of other colleagues. I tell you that happens, not just in the school, but in boardrooms and everywhere. So I was the last one to leave the boardroom, and I was dejected. I felt really, really down. But one of the senior leaders from the meeting was waiting for me outside the boardroom. He asked me, "Are you okay? Don't get affected by what happened there. Magaling ka. Don't forget that." So it was just a short interaction. I thanked him. But wow. I mean, what he said was just what my battered soul needed that day, that time, that moment. It was like the Holy Spirit whispered to him what I needed to hear. And he did so. I will never forget his kindness. I will never forget that day. That's why I'm telling you that story. Be that person for others. Do not underestimate the power of kindness and a kind word. And finally, our last C, and I will call it courage, which is also linked with veritas, or truth. I will not sugarcoat it. Life in university after this will be tough. Do not expect really kind and doting sisters or your nice teachers to be there. You do not attend class, you will be dropped. You failed your exam, take that subject again. You missed a requirement, no, you are not graduating. You either sink or swim. Your independence will be invaluable from here on. Your self-discipline will be tested. There will be temptations and so many distractions, more so than what you have now. This is when you reach inside your values and find that courage. The courage to say no to the things that go against what you believe in. The courage to speak up and say no when you read or hear falsehood. The heart to say no to indifference to the poor. Shout no to wastefulness and abuse of the environment. And that same courage should also steer you to saying yes. Yes to doing new things that will help you grow. Yes to new experiences, like mountain climbing, wall climbing, spelunking, all of which I did in my days in UP. And yes to delivering a speech to a crowd when you are such a strong introvert like me. So say yes, find that courage. I found mine. That's why I'm standing here in front of you. So LCC, love, charity, and courage, and the Agustinian values of Unitas, Caritas, Veritas. They have led me to where I am now. A child of God, a citizen of this country, an advocate for animals, a coach of coaches, a mentor of mentors, an avid learner who shares your passion for learning, a daughter and sister who brings pride to my parents and family, a mother of 2 wonderful daughters, and a beautiful wife. That last one I got from my genes. So here I am, sisters, Dr. Modong, 36 years after you have sent me out to the world. I have kept the lessons I learned from this school. I hope I made you proud. And dear students, go and change the world for the better. Make your parents, your families proud. Make your school proud. I have no doubt you can do this. You are LCCians after all. Thank you and good afternoon.